Good evening. This is Lyris Dane reporting on behalf of the COS as we witness yet another harrowing chapter in humanity's relentless pursuit of forbidden innovation in the year 2525. In what has been dubbed the Six Sword Saga incident, six carefully chosen individuals from the Maxwell Federation's latest VR experiment were thrust into the full immersion simulation known as the Six Sword Saga, a digital realm where the lines between myth and machine blur. What began as a promising trial for the next generation of escapism quickly spiraled into an unsolvable tragedy. Our sources confirm that the participants heralded as pioneers of this radical technology have become permanently entrapped within the simulation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Six Sword Saga, the first episode. Da 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 da. Wonderful. Let's get a quick mic check from all the guys.
Hello.
Jen, we got Jen. We got a mic check. Perfect.
Mic check 1, 2.
Nice. Owen, quick mic check. No? Okay. That is A-okay. I hope you enjoy the new music, ladies and gentlemen, for the Six Sword Saga. It started already. Now that we've got the mic checks and everything, let's get started. Okay. Jen, we're going to start with you, my friend. In the deep depths of sleep, you find yourself in a hazy twilight, a past life unfolding before you like an ancient scroll. You stand on the edge of a vast plain of golden wheat underneath a sky of indigo, where the first light of dawn glimmers upon the dew. Around you, you see spectral figures, warriors, mystics of a bygone age that move with quiet determination, their voices in a soft whisper throughout the area around you. They tell tales of honor, sacrifice, promise made long ago to protect this fragile balance between the realms. As you wander amongst these echoes, you feel the weight of centuries upon your shoulders. As through the spectral figures, you see one kind of solidify in the clearing of the wheat. This individual is a noble knight in gleaming, shining armor, with a raised sword to the heavens, a signal of hope, defiance, against an encroaching darkness. And for a brief moment, Jen, your eyes meet, as if he can see you from this distant past. Is there anything you would like to do in this brief moment that your eyes connect?
Try to get a. What's he? Can I ask the past lives that I have in me about if they know anything about the guy? Who this is?
As you reach deep within yourself to try and seek the knowledge, the individual speaks. It is here that we communicate the clearest, Jen. Within the dreams of dreams. I was once you. You are what I become. But I made a promise. No matter what. And I need you to keep it for me.
I asked her what why me?
Don't you know? You are something more than all that have come before. The amalgamation of our past mistakes, our triumphs, they are yours to bear. And with that comes power.
I accept.
Good. Then heed well. Upon the land known as the Maki Vale, the Grey King aspires. And as he says the Grey King aspires, a sudden shift in the dream. Darkness, and the landscape twists. The gentle light of dawn is replaced by an otherworldly glow. A mix of vibrant hues that bleed together into one. And the ghostly battleground that you were standing in becomes a labyrinth of distorted memories and ancient ruins and crumbling fortresses that seem to break and jut out of the ground and tear themselves skyward. Amidst this chaos, a single gleaming light stands in the darkness. A doorway, framed by tangled vines of crystal and flame. What do you do?
Can I do a perception check?
All right, roll perception.
What dice is that?
D20. So roll the D20 and add your perception bonus, my friend. Sorry about that.
Get it over here. There we go. 7. I got 7. I think my perception is 2, so 9.
9 total. All right. You can't quite make out what is being said, but you hear this cacophony of voices from beyond the doorway.
Can I try to make out what they're saying?
With that 9, you're not quite
That's
able
it. Oh,
to,
yeah, that's it. Okay.
to make it out, but you can kind of, if you want to roll an insight to see kind of their intention or kind of their vibe, you can.
I'll do that. I got 13.
Nice.
Yeah, 13.
13. They seemed sickly sweet. A temptation of something that should not be approached.
I enter cautiously.
Okay, so you begin to move towards the doorway cautiously. And slowly as you get closer, the chorus of voices rise and rise until it's this crescendo of memory. And with a soft rush of air, your lungs fill with waking air as you are snapped back to your bed of grass that you laid in the night before, here in the Riftlands, the sky of purple above you, the strange vision that you just dreamed fading away into the waking world.
I try to understand what I've experienced. Was this a dream or was it real?
Okay. Make a Arcana check for me.
19.
19. A premonition? A vision? Dreams are very valuable, even in the Riftlands. They have various meanings. Some of them can be hints at the future, some of them a glimpse of the past, especially for one of your people. Dreams serve as connectors to those past lives. The thing that sticks out to you out of the entire vision, what was the promise the knight made? He didn't tell you. He just told you your burden. Does it have something to do with this portal of glass and flame? Or does it have something to do with the cacophony of voices from beyond that doorway? You can't be too sure. But you know that that night in that vision is part of the knowledge that you can call upon at any point in time. Closer than any companion.
Well, I'll try to call upon that memory again to try to understand what to do from here.
All right. As you begin to pull into yourself to search for the memories, there is this brief rushing of air that you hear behind you. This almost like a pressure being released. And as you turn to look at what's happening, you see this crystalline portal opening behind you. No flames, but crystal nonetheless. On the other side, you see an individual in armor, not gleaming. He wears a cloak. He looks upon you, and as you're looking at him, you feel something push against your back, and you are thrust forward through the portal.
Once I get through there, I try to see find my surroundings.
All right,
See
go
what's
ahead.
around.
Make a perception check, Jin. 13. The sky is gray, which is very strange. Normally, it's a purplish hue for you. You're very clearly not in the Riftlands anymore. The next thing that hits you is the salty brine in the air. You're near the coastline. And the other thing is that knight in front of you draws his sword and says, "Kneel." Korn, go ahead and repeat your line.
As Jin's Riftlands character comes through the portal, I point the sword at him with both hands and tell him to kneel, abomination.
I immediately get on the defensive and just ask what's going on. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know what is with the animosity, and why do you call me abomination?
Just a
I would look a little surprised that this creature is communicating,
Yep.
as none of the other Riftlands things have ever communicated before. What are you?
I am a Venidari. Who are you? What are you?
I am a servant of justice.
So you're a man with good intention?
I am a man who upholds the law.
And so why do you hold me hostage? What law have I broken?
You come from a land that is rife with dangerous creatures that intend to do harm to the people of this land. It's more of most often it's a situation of your species from there are violent towards us, and so precaution first.
You say my species, but you don't even know what I am. And you say no one from my lands that you speak ever speak to you. So why do you treat me as all the rest? Am I not being cordial?
Precautions. And it has yet to be determined whether or not you are being cordial or if you're being deceptive.
That's fair. That's fair.
You may still intend harm to these people.
Well, I can assure you, I don't even know where I'm at. So, my intentions, they're neutral. I have no intentions at this point. I'm just trying to get my lay of the land. I was in a field of golden and now I'm here, and the smell of sea salt hits my nose, and I am just as confused as you are, sir.
I did see something push you from the portal, so I put the sword away. I would recommend you, for lack of a better term, remain in my vicinity and custody until your safety can be assured.
Well, I look behind me, and there's no portal. Well, I guess I'm stuck here. So I will oblige. But I assure you, I'm just as confused.
It is at this point, Jen, that you get a little bit more of your bearings. Now that the sword is away, immediate danger is away, your focus can take in some of the smaller details. You're not alone. There are two others. Another human, but in plain clothes, and then a smaller individual, a halfling.
Actually, if possible, I would like to be hiding behind Justicar.
Okay, go ahead and roll stealth.
Let's see, stealth. There we go. All right. Yes. All right. Excellent. That'd be a natural one.
Yes. So, clinging to the leg of Justicar, like trying to twirl in the cloak, and very much has his head hidden, but the rest of him is pretty much exposed. There is a halfling individual who is deathly afeard of you. But you notice this kind of mix of odors. Not only sea salt, but mortar? Fresh mortar? Like, and you look around, this town, city, is built on this ruin of a bygone fortress, and new places are being added, repaired, or patched up.
It seems. What was that? You pretty much your turn that way. You don't go in the door. No, I'm so sorry about that.
Okay.
I noticed that. Yeah, I think about the tiefling, and I look around how things have been repaired, and then. Oh. And I asked if they've had any, if there's been any conflict in the area recently.
Justicar.
We've had a few reports, but I'm new to this area, and we were actually on our way to get more information.
Who's your friend there? Who seems so frightened?
My associate down here is my investigator.
Oh. And he's helping
on realizing he's been discovered, Aldrich is gonna come out of the cloak and be like, "Oh yes, your cloak is not suspicious."
Wonderful.
Thank you. Okay. So what are you investigating?
Mimics.
Mimics. What are these mimics?
Oh, they're creatures that can take the appearance of any inanimate object, and so just had to check his cloak to make sure it wasn't one. It wasn't, which is good because sticking your head in a mimic is not the best strategy unless you're trying to discover him. But then, well, never said I had the best head on my shoulders, or that I could even keep my head on my shoulders. But anyway.
So you guys been having problems with these mimics in the area?
Oh, no, not around here. Justicar, have you heard of any mimics around here?
No, but again, like I said, I'm new to the town, so my investigations are just beginning.
How about, just so we can get to know each other a little bit better, since you're kind of holding me hostage, I can help you with your investigation, and then hopefully over time, I can earn your trust, and I can learn more about this realm I'm in, because this is all new.
I can accept those terms as long as you are willing to answer some questions about where you came from in the Riftlands.
Well, I was pretty much a loner.
I would hold up my hand to you. Not here. I need someone to write down your accounts.
By all means.
I bow my head down. Thank you for your help in this matter.
Well, hopefully I can get some answers along the way. Myself.
It is at this point that Squire Ignis comes up to you, Justicar, your young squire.
Sir, we've managed to get a room for you and as well as some food and beverages at the local tavern if you wish, before your visit with the Magistrate to recover from the long road.
Business first, Ignis. See to it that there was a beggar who was supposed to find this seneschal. Please make sure that the seneschal is able to get found by this beggar.
Yes. Seneschal Victor is already visiting with this individual. He recounts a strange tale. Apparently, one of the guards stabbed him in the side.
Make sure that, hold on one second, let me grab the, make sure that Scribe Reginald, documents all of this, and tell him we'll need more paper I have a cooperative interrogation of a person of interest.
Oh, all right, sir.
And then it's at this point that his eyes see Jin for the first time because he was so focused on you, Justicar. And Jin, you see this kind of energetic, youthful apprentice, a wiry, athletic frame, untamed, fiery hair. He wears this kind of like oversized armor. It's a little bit too big for him, and it's patched all over. It looks like his weapons are training weapons. Like, it looks like his sword is blunted at the tip as it pokes out of the scabbard. And the shield on his back as he turns is battered and damaged and worn. but he looks at you kind of fearfully and then looks back to Justicar.
Right away, sir.
End your duties.
And he scurries down the alleyway towards the main thoroughfare.
Who's your friend there?
He is a apprentice of sorts.
An
Hopefully,
apprentice of war?
An apprentice of law.
Law. So where's he off to?
He's off to help my associates who are also servants of law.
What are the laws of this land?
The moment you say that, my eyes just like get the fervor and zeal in them as I pull out this massive tome. And I look at it and I go, I will have to inform you of the laws in due time. We have business to attend to first. And unfortunately, I will have to bring you along before you've been properly informed of the situations and the laws and customs. It is unfortunate, but it is a must. We must be off towards the Magistrate to ensure that, well, to determine whether or not the corruption has reached the highest of highs.
Rest
Understand.
assured,
In due time, though, I will thoroughly inform you of the law.
Rest assured, sir, I will definitely be putting in my effort to assist you in this. I do note, however, I might need to step aside, so if you notice me missing at any point, just know I'll be taking a look for anything out of the ordinary.
As you say that, I put my hands together and bend down towards you. If you do anything untoward and you are caught, I will have to punish you.
Rest assured, sir, you don't have to worry about a thing. I've never done anything that anyone might be concerned about legality-wise. So as you notice, anyway.
I give you the subtle nod and I go, the punishment for thieves is quite severe.
Thievery? Rest assured, sir, I'm not the sort.
I'm not saying that you are, I'm just informing you that make sure anything you do is not untoward. And if it is untoward, make sure there's no witnesses.
Sir, rest assured. There will be no one with anything to say about anything that I've done by the time I'm done.
Good investigator.
Wonderful. Do you guys begin moving out the alleyway?
I will begin moving and assume that they're following.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Justicar, you make your way through the street. Many of the civilians have left that town square and have gone to various locations to begin their daily work. However, there are still a few of them out on the streets, and they give you, and especially Jin, a curious look. They're very taken aback at the clothing Jin wears, as it doesn't look like any thread made here in the Maki Vale. Especially looks strange and foreign here in Othmire. Or Othmere. Thornmire. Othmere. Okay. So you just take note. You take note of that. And Jen especially, you're beginning to notice most people look at Justicar with a sense of respect and fear. They look at you, and they are afraid.
So I asked Jessica, so are you weary of me?
It's less you and more the denizens of where you come from. Like I've already said, the denizens of your homeland are not friendly to the locals.
Well, am I safe in your care?
In my care, I can vouch for your safety. Don't break any laws that you don't know of yet, but I will explain it to you.
You approach a heavy weathered oak door set in a stone archway. There's evidence of repair to this stone archway recently. You can smell the fresh scent of mortar here. You step under that low archway as the door opens. Your footsteps begin to echo along the narrow corridor that's lit by flickering torchlight. Each flame kind of casts its dancing shadow along the walls. And you see a kind of foyer with a small desk, various scrolls and papers about, and a young woman sitting there at the front desk, bespectacled. She appears to be poring over several documents as the door opens, and she looks up at you, Justicar.
Oh, greetings, sir. What can the office of the Magister, Thalen Morwyn, do for you today?
Hold on one second. Thalen Morwyn?
Yes.
Can you spell that for me?
Thalen, and then Moor, Moor, wind.
Okay, thank you. My notes from last session got erased. I don't know what happened.
No, you're good. You're good. You're totally fine.
I look at her and I go, I need to speak with your Magister, and I unholster my maul, and I also use Divine Sense.
As you unholster the maul, it kind of like slides down your hand a little bit, coming to rest on the stone floor. And you cast Divine Sense.
As I pick up my the Book of Laws.
There doesn't seem to be any undead, fiend, or fae in your vicinity, which is really strange because standing right next to you is Jin.
Note to self, Jin is not an undead or fae or fiend. This is going to the scribe. And as my hammer rests on the stones, I go, fetch him now, and I thump it.
Right away, sir.
She hastily stands and rushes down the corridor. Several documents fall from the desk to the ground.
I immediately pick them up and begin skimming over them.
Okay.
As well as all the other papers on her desk.
Make an investigation check.
Gonna sequester myself and start searching the room for other exits or hidden caches.
Okay.
Yep.
An investigation. Jin, is there anything you or Owen would like to do
Can I detect magic?
Yeah, you can cast Detect Magic.
Just because I don't know where I'm at, I don't know my surroundings.
Of course. You do notice a small enchantment, a small amount of magic. It seems a protective spell over the corridor itself. Almost like the outside of the building may be weathered and worn, but interior-wise, especially in here, seems pretty nice and well kept.
I make that I tell that observation to Justicar. Like, this.
You for that information happens.
Okay. Investigation from Justicar. What'd you roll?
I got a 17, 15 on the die, 17 altogether.
Wonderful. The papers that you have picked up note several Riftland incursions that have happened in the vicinity of Othmere. There are several notes that there are rift geysers that have opened up within the coastal ocean fishing grounds, making it very difficult to fish, as some of the Riftland sea creatures have pushed their way through and begun eating like the local wildlife and messing with the ecosystem that way. There are also notes that are kind of obfuscated in different legal jargon. Like it's something they're trying to hide in the paperwork, but having to put in the paperwork because they have to. That several chimeric echoes, which are some of the worst Riftland incursions that can happen. Chimeric echoes can make themselves look like anything.
Oh, okay. Yep. That's not good.
There's been a couple of sightings or whispers of different creatures or people behaving strangely.
Does it have any names of the people?
Specifically, it names one of the guards of the Opaline Ward. The name of Jeff Radiatus. It seems that name, that Radiatus, echoes in your mind, Justicar. That's a family connection to Luke Hill.
I will have to investigate that further. Any other descriptions of people or specific types of
specifically it mentions the death of a individual, a fisherman by the name of Chud, at the hands of a chimeric echo that reportedly made itself look like one of the Opaline Ward.
Wasn't Chud the name of the guy who was mad in town, the beggar dude?
So there's...
Did you get his name?
There's Chud, and there is Chud.
Okay.
J-U-D, and then C-H-U-D.
Okay. Just making sure.
Two different names.
Sounds familiar, and my notes are gone, so I don't have that.
Two different names.
Yep. Okay, thank you.
Owen, is there anything that you would like to do while they are investigating the magistrate's front foyer while the office clerk goes and gets the magistrate?
I'm just gonna cross my arms and look around.
Yeah, you kind of just got swept up in the momentum.
Just
there, didn't
observe
you?
anything that might be handy later.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that has fuel in it or metallic items or...
I know that Owen's player had to be separate, but just in my mind, this is what Owen's been doing the whole time. He's been inspecting that stone that opened the rift the whole time, just trying to figure out, like, where did the air come from? How did it crack open? Like, all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm. There's no way this place has so much magic.
Right. Aldrich, what did you get on your investigation?
I was wondering when you'd ask. I got a natural 20. That's what I got.
Oh, wonderful. You do find kind of this secret cache, this, like, hidden wooden panel that slides to the side, and you see a rather hefty sack of coin in there.
Gotta pick it up and heft it, try and figure out how much is in there.
You guesstimate it's either the monetary value of several harvest tithes or roughly about... One second. Gotta find the currency model that I made, because I specifically called the coins different things. Notes. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a human too.
When the players ask DM questions that he's not ready for.
So, yes, I was unaware for it. So you estimate there's probably 120 shin in here, which is the silver. You've got corp, which is KORP, that's the copper. Shin, which is SHIN, which is the silver. And a aur, which is AUR for the gold.
Just a car.
I reach my hand out for you to throw it at him.
Toss the bag. So it's 100 to 1, right?
So it is 10 corp equal 1 shin, 100 shin equal 1 hour.
That's 1.2 R, give or take a little bit. What's a town like this doing with that much cash reserves readily available in the foyer of the Magister's mansion?
Well, it wasn't readily available.
Wasn't much hidden.
I didn't notice it, so good job. You've already begun to make yourself an outstanding member of this investigatory team.
I thought, if we're going to be interrogating, toss that back. Let me put it back. Let's see how he reacts when we discover it while he's here.
I toss it back to you, and I go, instead of putting it back, put it in your bag.
Can do. We'll close the panel and see what happens if I lean against it and pop it open while he's not looking.
Smart idea. And then I look over at Owen, who's fiddling with the magic rock. I go, you seem to be well versed in the understanding of these magics, as you accidentally opened the portal that brought our new friend. And I bow my head to Jin. Can you make a determination on what sort of magics is here? I know Jin said it was protective, but could you investigate that further?
There's a lot around here. Yeah, let me check.
Perception check?
Ooh. Seven.
7. You don't really notice any magical things catching your attention. You're noticing a lot of knickknacks and things that could be useful in a pinch. They're talking interrogation of a magister, someone who has quite a bit of heft and weight within the society around. It would be good to maybe have a stock of the close things at hand. You notice several inkwells on the desk and a small half-burnt out candle that is still lit.
Okay.
That's what catches your attention, Owen. As all of this is happening, the door at the far end of the corridor opens, and you begin hearing footsteps come down towards the foyer.
I gesture for everyone to stand at attention, knowing full well none of these people know the hand signals that I'm doing.
I love that. I love that. Hey Jen, could you make a insight check for me?
Yep. 18 plus plus 2. I got 20. 18 plus 2.
You hear in the back of your mind, Jen, a whisper. Justicar just gave the signal to stand at attention.
I stand at attention.
Of the people who you just motioned to, the foreigner from another realm understood your command, Justicar.
I am taken aback by this, but glad at least one of them is comporting themselves in a professional manner now.
All right. So what?
I was just going to say, when he hears somebody's coming, Aldrich is going to stand in sort of professional butler or second son posture, right? So not super appropriate, but on the other hand, pseudo-respectful.
Gotcha. You push all the strength and muster you can to be at a respectable height. And Owen is preoccupied with looking around and keeping an eye on things that could be useful in the situation. The footsteps get louder and louder until eventually you see this individual. Before you stands Magister Thalen Morwin. He is an individual who looks you all over with a steely gaze. He radiates quiet authority. A man who seems to have weathered countless storms, both natural and man-made. He looks at you, Justicar, seeing your armor and noting that you are the individual of rank.
Well, you've come into my office. Is there anything pertaining to the business of Othmere that you have for me?
There are several things that we need to discuss, Magister. I've heard troubling reports.
And who are you to be demanding answers from these offices of myself, Magister of this town, who has kept it safe from Riftland Incursions for all these years?
I look at him with no you didn't. And I go, I reach for my book of laws and I go, you're a man of principle and a honorable lawman, correct?
I uphold the law of this land as much as any man.
Which means you follow the teachings of... Oh, where is it? Hang on one second. Agravon, correct?
Argavon, the Iron Arbiter. Law and order and righteous judgment, yes.
Then you know that it is your duty to offer up any information that I request.
Wait. Are you one of those orphans the prelate trained up? I do not need the spies of Lukiel here.
I am not an orphan, and beyond that, my investigations are, as you should know, authorized. I'm not saying that you are under investigation, you see. It is more, I've heard reports and I need information.
Well, speak quickly. I have business to attend to.
I set the papers on the table and well, it has come to my attention that there are creatures attacking citizens here. I've heard wild and outlandish tales of some sort of vampire thing that feeds upon the blood of the citizens here. So what sort of...
Vampires, poppycock, and children's tales. There is no such thing as vampires here in the Maki Vale.
Rightly so. However, you do understand how that can create discontent, which discontent breeds criminal activity.
Speak plainly, Justica.
I'm saying that you are not doing your duties to sufficient zeal, as from what I've gathered, there are echoes wandering. You haven't even dealt with the creatures in the waterways that are causing your fishermen troubles. Explain yourself, and let me know how I can help.
He looks to the secretary angrily. And she, like afeared, just kind of like shirks back in her chair a little bit.
The last thing I need is people of the city talking like I can't run my town with any sense of direction or control.
I set the maul against the table, and I go, Magistrate, this is a formality. You have obviously had bad run-ins with those of my order. Allow me to help you help the people.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion is a 12.
You see him think about it for a moment, and then he says,
Were there a way for you to investigate without causing a scene here in Othmere? That I could sanction, but your presence is already a detriment to our citizens. They may get the idea to leave, to go elsewhere, find out the troubles beyond the walls. More citizens dying in the wildlands between here and the golden fields of Goldwither.
I understand your concern in this regard. However, you are a man of means, and obviously you have done well to assuage most of the fears and concerns of the people. So, if you were to make some sort of statement, using one of your town criers, for example, that I'm just temporarily in the area investigating something in the wildlands, and I'll be disappeared periodically throughout time doing investigations beyond the walls, but I'll be around. Less of a I'm here on business against the people, and more I'm here on business against the things that go bump in the night. Which would explain why I have such a retinue of specialists with me.
it's at this point that he begins to look over your companions. He notices Owen, Aldrich, and then his eyes lock onto Jin.
You're one of the lucid dreamers.
Yes.
How did you make it to this side of the rift?
I was just chilling.
It doesn't matter. How can
I
I
don't-
let you traverse with one of the denizens of the Riftlands without the citizenry going crazy? They're already afeared.
Correct. This makes it to where it would appear as though there's a more credible threat than just, burnings and disappearing townsfolk.
I'll say
Something beyond the walls.
I'll say make a persuasion with advantage.
That is a 16.
16. Okay.
Thankfully, it was with advantage because the other one was a natural 1.
Ooh, yeah, that would have been bad. He looks at you.
Can you give me a few days to get this message written in a manner that the citizens of Othmere won't riot or cause a scene.
Of course, I can give you a little bit of time.
In that case, I ask that you and your companions here visit our local tavern. Rest after your journey and travels to get here to Othmere.
Of course, and you'll make yourself and your facilities available to me and my retinue. Correct?
Yes. As long as you fulfill your duties quickly and quietly.
I will perform them as quietly as possible, and as diligently with as much gusto and zeal as I can master. And I make a motion for my investigator.
Aldrich.
Sorry, what? I got distracted for a moment there.
I make a gesture to you to do the thing.
Oh, yes, of course. Excuse me, my lord. I move past the panel, like you wanted me to move 6 feet as the thing, and casually bump it on my way past, causing it to fall open.
I look over, about to admonish my investigator and see the open panel, and I look back towards the Magister.
When the Magister looks away from the panel, I'm actually going to cast Minor Illusion inside to make it look like the sack is still in there.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check to try and cast that subtly.
And then you want me to do an insight?
Yes,
On-
please.
Okay.
So today is not a good day for subtlety for Aldrich. That was my 3rd natural today, and it was not a natural 20.
Oh. Well. You wait for the moment where Thalen's eyes go from the wood panel that you just bumped into to Justicar. The second his eyes go there, you begin going to begin to cast your spell. Instantly, the Magister goes, "Thief and liars! You meant to trick me, to steal our hard-earned money!"
I got a 15 on my insight.
Yeah, so he looked at the wood panel a little like, what the heck? Why is that happening? He is very clearly noticed his money is gone. And Aldrich, unbeknownst to him, has turned his back to look upon his creation, his minor illusion, which is this, like, sinking, droopy little sack that's, like, going like that. Like, the illusion itself is not a solid illusion. And Aldrich's backpack is open with the coins right there.
I reach over and grab the sack, and I hand it back over to the Magister. Just doing an investigation. That's all.
And your investigation is to steal from the hard-earned emergency fund of the town?
I immediately become, like, outraged. You dare claim a Justicar would steal and break the law?
He is your investigator.
Yes, and we were investigating a different claim. And the investigation has come to a close on that claim. And I hand him back his money.
Make a deception.
Okay, well, I got a 5 on my deception.
Yeah. He looks at you and just goes,
Right.
he takes the coins from you, and then he leans in.
You're a little too far from home to be pulling tricks like this. You don't have your prelate to protect you.
I look him like right in the face and I go, Magister, you do realize that my presence, though it may cause your people fear, if your people are being, let's say, overly taxed, that could cause certain heads to roll if the tax is not sanctioned.
Do you really think the Duskbanes give a crap about Othmere? Do you really think that the tax money from all the settlements going to Lukil ever sees the sunlight here by the coast? No, we have fended for ourselves for years and ages against Riftland Incursion, and now, just now, they send a lying Justicar to my steps. I am insulted. I was going to work with you, but you would lie, steal, and threaten when you have no voice, no power behind your words. A mere traveler you are.
Magister, I'm the investigator for this man. Always been a bit inquisitive, perhaps even acquisitive, I won't deny it. Do you know what the Justicar said to me as we made our way here? He told me that if I stole, he'd punish me to the full extent of the law. Now, given that I'm his ally, and you know the full extent of punishment for thievery, do you honestly believe that this man, this paragon of law, would have kept your funds if they were rightfully yours? We are here to investigate anomalies, nothing less and nothing more. If nothing is wrong, nothing will be done.
Make a general charisma check.
18.
Ooh. You see him notably release some of the anger building in him.
What would outsiders know of our problems anyway? Fine. You want to investigate? Do so. But you will not have the full help of this office. I have things to do.
I have 4 more words for you, Magister. And I hope these words don't make it out of this room, but Opaline, Guard, Jeff, Radiatus. Radios?
Radiatus.
Radiatus.
Be on your way.
and he gestures to the door. What do you guys do?
Apologies for the miscommunication. And I'll stand to the side and wait for anyone else to do anything else.
As I begin to walk towards the door, don't worry, Secretary. We'll be inquiring about you as well.
Who, me? No. What? I haven't done anything.
Just a formality, that is all.
What?
You don't have to fear the stake.
Well, I can't believe that you would even threaten such.
I'm reassuring you. There's no investigation upon you, just formalities that have to be done.
You say that to the secretary, and she looks fearful and trepidatious.
Aldrich just snickers and mutters under his breath. You're not making her feel any better, lad. Best just to leave it.
I've always found honesty to be the best policy. I don't know why people don't like honesty.
Oh, honesty is the best policy. It's dishonest people you have to watch out for. Unfortunately, the average person can't tell one from the other.
It's unfortunate that lying is not a crime. And I walk out the door.
Aldrich goes a face and follows.
Jen, Owen, you both are still standing in the foyer.
I follow along, just trying to figure out what just happened.
Just trying to piece together.
Yeah, because I'm, got thrusted into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd definitely trot along.
Okay. Where do you all head? The street is before you.
It is time to hit up that... I assume you all are wanting to hit up the tavern. And I gesture over to Owen, and I go, Sir, one, I've not actually formally requisitioned you for service. I do apologize for being presumptive earlier. But I was honest. All of you are specialists in various degrees, and you've all made yourselves useful. I would like to requisition your aid if you would be willing to join this merry band of specialists.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. Oh.
Yes. Yeah. I'd be glad to help.
Good. It also gives me a chance to question you about the portal that you opened. And I start walking towards the tavern.
Yeah.
All right. You all begin heading towards the kind of cocked anchor that is kind of held aloft above the entryway to this establishment. You see a sign that says The Salty Anchor. And it's a modest establishment, a haven for what seems to be dock workers, sailors, and the locals. Its sign has a battered anchor that is entwined in seaweed. And so that just kind of like gently rocks above the entryway. You see this giant rusted anchor that is above. Inside, the tavern exudes this warm, lively environment. You see large, round-hewn tables and benches. A stone hearth dominates one of the walls, and you see a stage with a troupe of bards and instrumenters that are currently just playing a instrumental, but they seem to be enjoying well-earned tips here. There seems to be quite a few corp in a little cap at the front of the stage. There is this hint of melancholy here. You hear various conversations about the stormy seas and the fish situation from the citizens sitting there at the tables. But you do notice, Justicar, 4 individuals seated at a rather large table that has room for more. You notice Victor, your seneschal. You notice Igneous, who runs up to you guys as you enter.
Oh, my lords, you finally arrived. Please, this way. We have a table for all of this.
You see Scribe Reginald is busy taking notes as Chud, J-U-D, is sitting there, a hand on a tankard, his kind of injured hand, missing his ring finger and his pinky finger, are like grabbing at little bits of food.
I need to see my room first, Ignis. Then I will be to the table.
Of course, sir. Right this way.
And he leads you, Justicar, up kind of this rickety staircase towards this second floor where the rooms are.
Oh, steel that sings and magic.
Yeah, I'm gonna change out of my gear and stow my gear.
All right, you stow your gear. While that is happening, the bards strike up a jaunty tune. And it seems like the conversations die within the tavern, so they can hear the lyrics. You see several of the sailors kind of like nodding their head along, almost like it's this rousing, hopeful tune that they enjoy here in Othmere.
The 6 swords rise and kingdoms are claimed.
Is there anything that Owen, Jen, and Aldrich you would like to do?
I head to the bar.
All right.
I'm after information.
Okay. Make an investigation check, Aldrich. Jen, you head up to the bar. As you approach, you see this kind of shaggy hair, red-headed barmaid behind the the bar. She has her back towards you as you approach.
Hello. Can I get some ale, please?
Of course. That'll be 2 corp.
She turns to you, tankard in her hand.
I don't have any orb. What?
As long as you don't kill us, this one's on the house, yeah?
Sure. Yeah, thanks. You don't have to be afraid.
Okay.
I'm just as scared as you are. I'm new here. I was just thrusted upon me, and I'm just trying to relieve some of the angst I have, because we just came from a rather awkward encounter, and I'm just trying to ease my mind. So
Her demeanor kind of softens a bit.
Well, here at the Salty Anchor, anyone can come and take a rest and enjoy some refreshment after a hard day's work. So that offer is afforded to you as well. And I'm sorry that you didn't have a pleasant day so far.
It's quite all right. Then I hope that you have a great rest of your night, and I like your hair, by the way.
Why, thank you, sir. Your eyes are particularly starry-like.
Well, thank you. And then I head my way.
All right, you head over to the table.
Yeah.
Aldrich. What was
19.
that? 19 investigation. As the song that finished playing by the bards finished, there was a couple of things that you noticed in that song. Number one, it talked about storm beasts, which are terrifying. The fact that they mentioned a storm beast nearby is nightmare fuel. They talked about the night fangs as well, which are crazy to hear. Like, these bards are singing about things that aren't native to Othmir's area of Maki Vale, and B, it's like, what is going on? That was a lot in that song. And these people are hopeful? After listening to that? What is happening here?
But most of them are fey creatures, right? What are they called? Echoland creatures?
Riftland denizens.
Riftland.
Specifically, you note the Duskmaws are Riftland creatures, but a storm beast? A storm beast is a legendary creature of the Maki Vale. The fact they mentioned more than one? Oh, not cool.
Huh. What's the general vibe in the room?
After the music has subsided from that song, everyone's kind of like sequestered themselves into their own conversations. One conversation that you hear in particular catches your interest, and it's of this older sailor And he's complaining about how there's not a lot of fish out and about, and it's getting difficult. And you hear this individual, weathered, hooded cloak around him, and he's got sharp eyes that you notice. He's got a sly grin underneath. You can't quite make out his hair color as his hood is pulled up and his face is kind of shadowed. But you hear him lean in and go,
Lukiel, that's where the real coin is. The nobles are always looking for skilled hands, mercenaries, merchants, informants, and the like. Whatever your trade, there's a place for you, if you know the right people.
and he leans in slightly more. His voice gets softer. But with that 18, you hear him say,
And trust me, I know the right people.
I walk over to one of the waitresses and I point discreetly towards that guy and say, Isn't that Bragan ashore? From Duskvale, right?
No, that's Donovan, the traveler. He runs the caravan that goes between the towns.
Well, I must be thinking of a completely different person. Shows I shouldn't even drink anymore. Thanks for your help, dear.
If you need, I can let the other waitresses know to hold back the tankards.
Just see what happens in the evening.
I'll expect a good tip from you, mister.
Tell you what, I've been looking for a friend of mine in the area, and if you hear anything about a stranger roundabout, let me know and I'll make sure you get tipped very well.
Well, I might be able to do this if you had a little bit more of a description of this stranger and friend.
Well, the problem of it is he had a bit of a run-in a while back, and I'm not exactly sure. Someone of the more mysterious type, if you know, didn't take kindly to his appearance, so I can't really tell ya.
Well,
Still, I reckon he let's just put it this way. He's the sort who likes to think he's subtle. So, if you know of anyone being a little, and I wink majorly, stealthy, that's probably the one I'm looking for.
understood. I'll keep an eye out for the inconspicuous type.
Much obliged, dearie. A little something. I'm gonna flip her a core.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you very much.
Indeed.
You make your way over to the table after that?
Yeah.
Perfect. Owen, what would you like to do here at the Salty Anka?
I'm just gonna get some a light ale.
Okay.
Just to be safe, and then that'll be it.
All right. 2 corp, please.
Yes.
Yeah, I assume you know,
Yeah, I thought
Sli-
you meant the name of the drinks.
you slide 2 core over.
Yes.
And are handed a tankard of this diluted looking ale.
Diluted? Diluted with what?
Water.
That's what I was avoiding. Thanks. And I take it and sit down.
Okay. You sit down next to Jin, Aldrich, and the Justicar's retinue. All of you are sitting at this table, and you notice the bards start singing another song.
Under all the avenues, there's people swarming all around. They bustle while they're passing.
And the conversations die down.
It's a woman with a scarred mind hunting rebels down. A man
Enjoying
with a knife
your
doesn't seem right.
drinks.
A ruler with power and
The
might.
retinue
So
actually
if you like
went ahead
the
and
way
paid
I
for
try it
a
on
light
you,
meal
if you
to be
like
presented
the way
to
I
you.
move out of tune,
So
we can even go
you
ahead and push
all
a mule where I found you in the
end
city
up
of
with
Lukill.
one of the dinner specials.
And they're off and they're traveling. A storm makes them all keep moving backward towards
What they serving?
Lukill.
Well,
People are sick, so they go to
so
the next
they
town.
have a
It all just
signature
gets worse,
dish
so they come
called
back to
Rift
bow.
Fire
Alright.
Stew. It's a very hearty and soul-warming concoction of this masterful blend of caught seafood and a secret mix of Riftland spices imported from the capital.
Lukill. Alright, alright. Then we met a man
Jin,
made of
as you
constellations.
Eat,
Fashion
there is a slight taste of
us in
home.
exchange for them. I dig deep and I
What's it
see
taste like?
the worlds I've been.
What's it reminding me of?
Get this feeling
It reminds you of the open plains of the Riftlands, where the sky is purple and clear, and the Veil Striders, these elongated, gradiently colored, sparkling, humanoid creatures are roaming. Those Veil Striders, as they're called, being some of the more peaceable denizens of the Riftlands, the memory fills you of actually walking amongst them as one of your past lives was a Veil Strider. And so you kind of have this memory cascade into like peacefully walking, communicating telepathically with your kind of pod of brothers and sisters.
Okay. I'd scarf down the food because of the emotions that it's given me, and then kind of softly say I'm heading to bed, and then I go to my room, and then I start I start doing what's it? Slumbers Embrace.
All
To
right.
try to rekindle some of that feelings that I had.
All right. You make your way up the stairs towards the room. Justicar, as you finish clothing yourself in normal attire and have your armor put away, you hear a knock at the door.
I grab my maul and I enter.
Entering is Jen, looking for a place to bed down for the night.
Is this a room, like a big room, or is this a small room?
It's a big enough room that quite a few people can be housed in here, but it looks like the retinue thought they were the ones who were going to be sleeping here, so it looks like some of their sleeping gear's here.
If you give me a moment, I will get you and the others a room as well.
It's fine. I don't need much space.
Hey, I'll take you.
Well, I just gesture to then pick a spot and settle in.
And I just go into the corner and start meditating.
Perfect. All right. As you begin to meditate, Jen, Justicar, you see this kind of red energy that pulsates through the veins of Jen, and it almost like pulsates from head to toe and shows like through his gray skin.
What divine sense one more time.
There are no instances of Fae, Fiend, or Undead.
I grab the book and like my holy symbol and my maul, and I give him one final look as I walk down to the rest of the group.
All right. As the door shuts, that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Nice.
Awesome.
So, we've done it! The first episode of the Six
first
Sword
episode.
Saga. Source
That was-
code. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. Now, I got a question that I like to ask all my players, and I'm going to throw it out to you in the comments section too, so I better see some comments. What was good? What was bad? What needs improvement? Let's start with
I need improvement.
Jen, you're fine.
You're
Dude,
fine. You're fine.
for the first session since what? 3rd edition, like 3.5?
Yeah, I was a young tyke. Yeah, I was little.
Real young. He skipped a couple of editions, ladies and gentlemen, and hopped in. I'm pretty proud of how he did tonight.
Kind of forgot the
Wasn't
rope.
bashful at all.
Dude, when you were asking me about how I got there, I forgot the role play, and I said I was chilling, and I was like, "Oh no!" And then I fumbled my words, and then you're like, "It doesn't matter." I was like, "Well, that kind of works." It kind of because I was like,
One thing I have to say,
for saving me.
you know, I know it's not traditional or anything, but the sort of like Midwestern Southern Fae, it's a really nice take. I like it. It's not the standard, but that's the point, and it fits and it works really well. I do think that we need to. I like the single character focus for most of the episode, but I think we still need to iron out the kinks and functionality.
Yes.
I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it just seemed like focus isn't quite where we want it to be there. But it is a new thing, so there's no surprise there.
Yeah, we'll get better the more we do it.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
right. X-Kiz. Face reveal Pog. Nah. That's right. I hope you're having a fun time, X-Kiz. Thank you for showing up at the end of our first episode back. We had just asked what was good, what was bad, what needs improvement of our players. And so far, so good. So, hey.
That's what I've been waiting for.
That's what it's all about.
Woo!
That's right. That's right. Anything else? Go once.
I mean, roleplay's always good.
Roleplay was fun. Do you guys like the descriptive scene dressing? And then, if you guys need any more details, we get perception checks and stuff, or would you like to just, perception check and go from there?
No, I like this. I think
The
it's working
previous.
out pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Alright, cool.
I just gotta remember that I got freedom to do, because sometimes I'm like, what? There's so many options of what to do. I'm like, I get overwhelmed sometimes, but I'll get better as we go. And I'm kind of
Yeah,
nervous
no.
too.
No, of course,
just-
of course.
Just being straight here, Jin, I can't tell you how many times I take a look at a character sheet and say, wait, I've had this whole time?
Yeah, I had to look at mine too. I was like, wait. I was like, oh, I was reading something. I was like, oh, and then I started getting ideas.
Here's
How to
the
play
fun
my
one
character.
that I was surprised didn't come in. Jen has telepathy.
And I was actually thinking about that because I'm an awakened mind. So that's going to be...
Two telepaths in the party. That's going to be interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's a cool dynamic.
Yep. All right. Well, what troubles will the party get into next week? What do the denizens of Othmere think about their new guests? And are there any threats within the village that need attending to? We'll find out in the next episode of the Six Sword Saga Source Code. Be sure to tune in next week. Because, of course... Good evening. This is Lyris Dane reporting on behalf of the COS as we witness yet another harrowing chapter in humanity's relentless pursuit of forbidden innovation in the year 2525. In what has been dubbed the Six Sword Saga incident, 6 carefully chosen individuals from the Maxwell Federation's latest VR experiment were thrust into the full immersion simulation known as the Six Sword Saga, a digital realm where the lines between myth and machine blur. What began as a promising trial for the next generation of escapism quickly spiraled into an unsolvable tragedy. Our sources confirm that the participants heralded as pioneers of this radical technology have become permanently entrapped within the simulation.